So, on the blue side, we have ourselves a Fiora, a Kale, a Jinx, a Lee Sin, and a Braum rounding out the composition. On the red side, we have ourselves a Zed, a Shaco, a Allstar, Kalista, and then an Ahri, being played by our star today, Naglfar, and that is indeed a top lane Ahri. So my guess is, me and last pick is like, hey, let me mid. Zed's first pick and goes, fuck you, I'm taking mid. And Naglfar's like, alright, fine, I'll just take my Ahri top. It's my strongest champion, by far. It's not a top lane champion, but I'll play it to the best of my ability. So he's playing more to his strengths rather than meta relevancy, which, again, that's what you need to do in this game a lot. Too many people try to play strictly what's the meta, play out of their comfort zone, and they'll actually throw so many games. They'll lose games unintentionally trying to follow the meta, follow what's strong and considered good right now. Whereas, hey, are you really good in this champion? You know the matchups. Okay, fucking play it. So right now we have a little bit of trade going on. Braum landing that Winter's Bite onto the Allstar. By the way, that is a very badass looking Allstar skin. And we are going to have a Kale top actually into the Ahri. So we have AD versus AD, and then I'm assuming this is going to be an AP Kale. It can be a hybrid, it can be an AD. I mean, the options are out there. Shaka right now is setting up his traps right here, going for early blue start. Has one over here as well, so he might be trying to do a quick start at Gromp, kill the blue relatively fast without a smite as well, and possibly invade Lee Sin as red. That is a possibility. Now Lee Sin does manage to walk around and get a ward in there, so he will see this all going down. So this plan basically has been faulted completely. Mid lane, we already have a little bit of damage trade on both targets, so I'm assuming they were both going for a melee creep, and they both just said, fuck you, smacked each other, high-fived, walked out. Bot lane right now, Allstar trying to get some procs going down, but however, that's going to be a quick stun, and that's actually a lot of damage. That's the thing, you have to be very, very considerate of the damage that Braum offers early in the game just by applying that one Winter's Bite. The fact that that concussive shot, I think that's what it's called, concussive slam? Concussive blows, applies a stun after those 4 procs and a little bit of extra damage. But again, it's that early bit of CC where you don't have a lot of health to work with. Now, in the top lane, Naglfar is going to try to just farm as well as he can as he gets closer under his turret. This is where Kale is going to thrive in the matchup. Kale, just such a stronger champion when it comes to pushing. But we do have a fight in the bot lane right now. Allstar getting the position on Braum, but Allstar is taking a lot of damage. This should be a stun potentially. He does manage to get out with the stun and procs. Kalista getting a good trade, and overall, slightly in favor of the blue side, but Kalista has a little bit more health. But this is going to be the main problem that Ahri is going to face. Ahri does not really get into any wave clear until... Whoa, is this going to be a first blood? That is first blood over to Zed, but that is both of their ignites really at the same time. So that was a little bit... Both of them were trying to secure the kill, and it was Zed who got it. Well, I don't disagree and dislike the fact that Zed got first blood. You have a Shaco. He needs to get kills in order to stay on par with the Lee Sin. Like, Lee Sin can afford to not get kills and just get jungle camps, and he will still outscale the Shaco. However, Shaco's walking straight into this Lee Sin. I don't think he even noticed, and that right here manages to leap over the wall. He gets a good juke on Lee Sin. Lee Sin is trying to look for him. Shaco's right up top. Oh my god. Kale should be able to spot him. Will he flash forward with the Q? Will anyone do anything? Shaco does manage to get over the wall, and I think he should be safe. Lands a box right there just for security. I think that can actually eat a Lee Sin Sonic Wave if he tries to kick directly on. I'm not sure. But Lee Sin, recognizing the pressure, the fact that Shaco had to return back to the base, is going to try to clear out the red. And the bot lane side, we do have ourselves another little skirmish, but nothing really coming out of it. Ooh, Kalista actually sidestepping the zap. Sidestepping the Braum as well, just getting a lot of damage. This could be a potential kill right over here. Can they get one more stack? But the stun does land. Oh, wow. Beautiful flash right there. And this actually could be a kill onto Allstar. They are both running for their lives, but Braum is not taking much damage, but the headbutt does get him out of the clear. That was a very close kill on the Jinx, but that timely exhaust on the Kalista, saving Jinx's life. Now Lee Sin is once again clearing out the topside jungle. Shaco knows this and is just trying to take what he can as he knows his red buff is probably gone. But now Lee Sin is behind the Zed in the mid lane. And Zed does not have his flash, so if he uses his shadow for anything, he is likely going to go down. He does manage to get the jump over, but right now he's just biding for time. He is going to drop. That is going to be a kill over to the Fiora. Lee Sin handing that one over. And right now it is 1-1 in favor of the red side, still just by a little bit of goal, but that's just strictly from the first blood. Now once again, Callista and Allstars are trying to go in hard. They actually do go in the Jinx. They get the kill around the Unbreakable Will. I mean, Unbreakable. Just Unbreakable. My bad. Stun comes in. Allstar actually dies without any damage from Lee Sin. And Braum just skitters away. Pops the potion just to be on the safe side. And that is a 2-for-1 exchange. Right now, Shaco actually diving into the turret trying to catch this Fiora. Does manage to stall her a little bit. But now he needs to be extremely careful. I mean, he can't dive her. He will automatically die since he doesn't have a flash to immediately escape. Top lane side. Actually, yeah, I need to switch these around. Haha. Farm is actually even in the top lane, despite the fact that Kayle has a distinct advantage of being able to just constantly pressure over and over again and keep Ahri on the turret. And here comes a little bit of damage trade over. Kayle should be able to drop Ahri relatively low, but she manages to scuttle out just in time. Misses the siege minion, though. Not going to get a lot of this up here, I believe. Yeah, and slight CS lead over to Kayle. But that's still a very good clean kill from Callista and Allstar onto the Jinx. So right now, even though Callista's slightly behind in CS, the fact that she got a kill is putting her a little bit ahead of the Jinx, who only has an assist gold. And I think they really should be about even in total gold. And yeah, just about only 100 gold difference separating them. Callista going for an early recurve bow. So at this point right now, this could be either a Blade of the Rune King start, which is more standard, but if you're truly ahead in lane, it is okay to go Runon's Hurricane, but I don't think they're at the point right now where they can really get away with that. If you're right now training onto Zed right now, training onto Zed, get a little damage, but one little Shuriken, boom, drops Fiora down to half health, and fight is disengaged. Shaco killing out his grubs and everything, his blue buff should be up relatively soon, I believe. I mean, 725 should be coming up within the next 10 seconds. He's already set his boxes, and he's setting up camp right there. He's just waiting for the pop, and there it is. At this point, I think Shaco needs to take this instead of Zed. Shaco needs to catch up in levels. I mean, Lee Sin is already level 6, while Shaco is still level 5. And even then, I don't even think this will be enough. Doesn't matter, though. Lee Sin going for the aggro. They managed to get this Q on him. Oh, can Zed save the Lee Sin? I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh my god, if Lee Sin lives. No, he does not. However, Zed is going to fall for his efforts. Zap does land. Braum, Jinx, and Fiora coming out of this relatively unscathed, whereas now Callista and Allstar are running away. Avoids the Winter Bite with that nice little jump. Once again, Ahri is just sitting on the top lane trying to farm whatever she can. Actually pulling a little bit of a CS lead over the Kayle. But that's the thing, once Ahri actually does get some ability power, gets her orb higher in levels where the true damage gets increased, she can eventually one-shot the ranged minions, and actually makes her ability to wave clear a lot easier and maintaining CS, whereas Kayle needs to keep smacking and smacking and smacking. So eventually the wave clear will get faster for Ahri. Now Shaco at this point, Shaco has been kept down pretty hard. I mean, he has red stolen from him, he got denied his blue, he's still level 5. And the one time where he could have got the first blood kill, which I think he needed to get to make himself relevant this game, it went over to the Zed. Now granted, Zed is 2-2 and has a CS lead over Fiora, but he needed it in order to stay relevant. They're actually going in hard right now, trying to get this Braum in place. That's a stun going to land onto the Allstar. Shaco is extremely low. Callista just doesn't have the damage right now. And this actually could be Callista's life if any more CC lands on her. But the box actually keeps her alive. Shaco peeling behind, trying to go for the damage. They actually get a lot of burst, but Allstar fails the combo. But the Shaco clone gets destroyed by the turret and secures the kill. Shaco is on the board, drops the trap, trying to run for the hills. Lee Sin is trying to get into a path to intercept. Does not land the Sonic Wave. At this point now, we have Zed rotating down. He is looking for the Lee Sin and thinks he might be able to take him. Lee Sin does not know that he's here. All he knows is that he's getting surrounded by everyone in his entire team. And with that, they wisely disengage. So right now, it is 5-4, 10 minutes into the game. No turrets down, no dragons taken. gold is spot on even. So that first blood gold has been equalized through basically the extra kill. Even though, for the most part, actually, no, Lee Sin has a large CS advantage over Shaco. Let's see how the total gold. Only about 300 gold, though. But meanwhile, Ahri outfarming the Kayle, Zed, about 20 CS over the Fiora. So, I mean, the Soul Laners are farming fairly well. Ooh, Shaco, sure, you got the Scuttle, but I don't think that's worth your life, my friend. And that is going to be a kill given him to Lee Sin. That was truly unnecessary. I mean, sure, you got the Scuttle, but that's not worth your life when you're someone that needs to thrive in the early game. Alright, so I'm really curious to see what build path Ahri's going to go for. I mean, because she has her options. I mean, there's the fact that she has a Fiora, and she has a Jinx, and she has a Lee Sin, so she can try to go for maybe some more, like, more burst in Zanya's play as well, be more like an assassin. But then she's also up against a Kayle who will try to negate that, so maybe you try to go more for sustained overall damage, and maybe rush, hell, you go maybe a Morello's or Athene's and go straight into a Death Cap and just have more sustained damage over pure outburst from like a Luden's Echo. The options are definitely there. Shaco is hopping over the wall. That is going to be a kill. Give it over. And Shaco does get an assist goal just for showing up, apparently. Lee Sin is in the area, but he's in no place to fight this. And if Shaco actually manages to pull something cheeky, he could actually get a kill on Lee Sin. But however, he's just going to focus the turret, use the clone to actually ward off any further engage. And that should be the first turret of the game going down to the red side. Meanwhile, there's a fight going on bot lane. They have a lot of stacks onto the Jinx right now, but Jinx is able to pop the Kalista through to the stun before anything else can happen. We have a teleport coming down from the bot side. That's going to be Ahri coming in to join the fight. Gets locked down by the Allstar. She is like, thank you very much for the kill. Rotating around and just dashing. She's going to try to clear the minions. That was a very timely teleport from Ahri. The fact that Kayle did not even follow up could prove to be a major issue right now, because I mean, Ahri already has a CS lead. Shaco is already topside as well, so he can easily just rotate up here and just absorb the CS and farm, like, and experience, and try to catch him up in the game. And that is exactly what he's going to do. He's actually looking to turn maybe on Kayle. I think that's a little bit risky at this point. Ooh, Zed taking a lot of damage. This should be a kill over there. However, will Fiora survive? Yes, she does. Last turret shot is not enough to take her down. Now we have a wet noodle fight between the two supports, both big, burly support players. Offer last CC, but not much damage overall. And yeah, the game's kind of calmed down. It is 8-6 now in favor. More kills going up to the blue side than the red, but red does have that lead due to that one kill in the mid, that one turret in the mid lane. Now, right now, this is what the red side needs to do to try to pressure their gold advantage. They have the Ahri, who has stronger wave clear at the moment from Kayle. But once Kayle gets like a couple items, whoa, we have ourselves a kill action bot lane. Kayle does teleport down. That's going to be a double kill. That should be a free drag at this point. Now, as I was saying, use the advantage of Ahri being able to wave clear a little bit faster, start pressuring this top turret. Maybe have Shaco come along just to pressure the Kayle out of lane. But the pressure's already done. Unfortunately, he's not going to get it this wave. There is a siege minion on this upcoming wave, so there is a possibility that Ahri can get this pushed. But Ahri isn't really the fastest tower pusher in the game, so this is going to be relatively close. They're trying to go for a turret trade at this point. I think they should be able to get it, but Fiora is actually channeling that teleport and denies the whole trade. Charm does land, but nothing out of it. So let's see who is carrying the game so far for each side. I mean, Lee Sin made a lot of good plays. He recognized that Shaco has a very dependent early game. Needs to get a lead, needs to not just get a lead, but completely dictate the game. Make the enemy teams spend a lot of excessive early gold on pink wards, on vision, trying to defend themselves, rather than itemization that carried them through the game. Lee Sin recognized this. After going up top, gets a nice little rotation to the jungle, catches Shaco unaware, and basically just plundering his jungle. Shaco had nothing to farm for the longest time, and whenever he tried, Lee would show up and engage him. And we actually do have a lane swap going on. Fiora now going top against the Ahri, whereas we have the Kayle versus Zed, which I thought that would be the matchup anyways. It means Kayle's ultimate is a natural counter to Zed. Ooh! Missing the charm right there. Ahri trying to go dance around. Does get the turn shot right there. Outplays the Fiora. Fiora might be mobile. But Ari, when she has her Nine-Tailed Fox active, far more mobile. And we do see ourselves in Athene's coming out first item for the Ari, so she will have a lot of dependable wave clear, constantly be able to spam out her abilities. And then we see ourselves in Amplifying Tome. At that point, I would actually like to see that turn into a Zionist at this point, just so you can just delay some of these skirmishes. But we'll see how Naglfar plays this out. Now Zed is actually moving down bot lane. He does have the wave pushing in slightly, keeping Kale occupied. However, he knows he's not worried here. But there is a ward in the tri-brush, so if he tries to continue on, he won't get spotted. This would be the opportunity to go, though, because Lee Sin is recalling out. So we could have ourselves a 3v2, but Zed's going to return back to the mid lane. And they've swapped back. Now, Kale is destroying this Shaco right now. There's a ward in there. He will see that Shaco did give him the slip. But at this point, there's nothing we can do. And Kale just clears out the wave. And we're getting to the point now. Kale does have a Nash's Tooth. Give Kale, like, one more ability power-based item, and Kale will be able to clear out the waves within, like, 3 auto attacks. And that's when Ari's advantage of split pushing will disappear. Ooh, this would actually be the time to go in on Jinx right now. They just popped. I mean, they just got Unbreakable down from Braum. That would have been the time to ult the Allstars, chuck him in onto Jinx, and just throw everything at her. But again, they're holding back on the trigger. I think that's an opportunity wasted at that point. They got the main defensive cooldown out of Braum. Mid lane right now, Zed is still trying to farm. He has himself a Blade of the Rune King and a Brutalizer, so a nice mixed amount of damage. Whereas Fiora just has a Black Cleaver, so it has some damage and health. Shaco's trying to go play. This is actually perfect because Fiora's going for the engage on Zed. However, there's too many bodies. This should be a kill over to Zed at this point. 4 and 3. Lee Sin, though, trying to make a play. Flashes in. Uses a smite now. Oh my god! Wow. Lee Sin should have got a double kill at that point, but unfortunately that's not what happened. Bot lane, we see himself a little tussle. Kalista coming out a little bit worse for wear. Still with just that recurve bow and no life stand at this point, so until she gets Blade of the Rune King, she is not going to be able to try to bully this lane. I mean, hell, that Blade of the Rune King will actually play massive against Braum. Once again, Ari's just maintained the top lane pressure. Her teleport is back up, so she can make a play. There is a ward down here, so if Jinx and Braum do manage to get a push, she can flank and get in a position on them. Once again, Unbreakable down. They're actually getting a lot of damage onto Kalista. Kalista is going to fall at this point, but we have a teleport coming in. We have 2 teleports. This is going to be the first time we have a closer team fight. Beautiful charm, though, from the Ari, delaying a little bit, and they just pull people out. Oh, my God. She's going... Oh, Alistair! You beautiful son of a bitch! That was a beautiful timed ultimate to just disengage. I mean, they baited Lee Sin incredibly hard right there, letting the Sonic Wave land on the Kalista, and then Ari gets a clean kill. Now, Ari's actually in a really good spot right now, sitting at 3-0-1. I mean, the fact that she has a good amount of damage, I mean, until Kale becomes a monster and Fiora can survive more, she will be a pressure in this game. Shaco asserting himself a little bit, moving maybe a little bit too forward. He is maxing that 2-shift poison first, going more for that little bit of burst damage and the opportunity for opponents to miss. And wow, he's just chasing. And that should be a turret given over right now, so that's going to be 3 turrets to 1. All the outer turrets have now fallen. Ari now going super aggro. Gets a lot of damage down, but here comes Lee Sin. This should not be good. Here's the thing, they actually can fight this, I believe. They can fight this before the kill comes down. However, they kind of squandered it, moving back too far. Lee Sin gets a double kill at this point. Lee Sin with a Tiamat and a Warrior. He has a lot of damage. Ari trying to do what she can. Manages to squirt away just a little bit. Throws another orb. Does not get the kill at this point. That is a shutdown gold going over the kill. That is another kill going to Lee Sin. Zed is over here. There are blinking health bars, but he's in no position to help. And right when Dragon reses 2. So this should be a clean second Dragon for the blue side. Fiora still chasing down. Actually, Zed blocks a lot of the damage. He's trying to buy time for that ult to pop. Oh, and it just does! Zed with 11 fucking health outplays a Fiora, but Rocket comes through, misses wide. And Zed lives to see another day. Alright, a little bit of a lull to the moment right there. We see Shaco trying to clean up his blue buff. I mean, at this point, it's 15-11. The gold is virtually even. It's like 500 gold at 20 minutes. That's nothing at this point. That's like each member of the blue side being able to buy a pink. That's all they can do with that extra gold. But let's see who that gold is on, more importantly. I mean, at this point right now, the highest gold in the game is the Lee Sin jungle for the blue side. Now, Lee Sin is extremely strong in the early game, but he is the opposite of Shaco. Shaco, you want him to get kills, to get his item, to scale up and become that assassin split push threat. Lee Sin does not scale well late game. Sure, he has good damage right now, but there are so many ways to deal with him, as they've already shown so far, that I think having all these kills on him is actually going to be a problem later on. I mean, you need these kills going on to the Fiora. You need more on Jinx, more on Gale. The people who are late game are going to be dealing the consistent damage for you. Meanwhile, on the blue side, on the red side, Ahri has 3 kills. Zed has the most kills for a team with 5. Trying to go in for a kill on Fiora, not going to land it. I mean, granted, Kalista is a little bit behind, but hey, sometimes things are just a little rough. Kalista ults out Allstars, trying to keep him nice and safe. And right now they're just securing the old Scaler Crab. All the outer turrets, again, are down for the blue side. So this is where red side needs to try to pressure their vision up a little bit, get some more, just get wards in like over here, here, and even over in this bush, actually over the try. Just get some basic vision into the jungle so you can set up plays for your Zed, for your Shaco, for your Ahri. I mean, for the people that want to catch people 1v1 and try to obliterate them. Ooh, Shaco doing a nice timely dodge from Lee Sin right there, because Shaco would not win that duel. Although Shaco does have a team out of his own, his damage is starting to ramp up a little bit. And right now, Red Tide is trying to actually siege, it looks like. A lot of damage onto Allstar. Unbreakable Will probably will get popped unless it already has. That has a kill, get him with Jake. She is on a... Oh, man, this is going to be a lot of problems because she's got her reset. She's running along right now. Zap should be up any second. If she can land it, Lee Sin, no, misses a Sonic Wave. Charm lands on the Jinx to stall any sort of zap. And that's 2 free kills given over to Jinx and to, I think, Lee Sin had the other one. So right now, the gold, it's still not much of a gold lead. I mean, red side still has more pressure. However, they need to do something with this pressure. And so far, them trying to group up and siege, when they don't have a team that sieges, is their mistake. They have a team that wants to split push. Shaco in one lane, Zed or Ahri in the other. Possibly Ahri at this point because she has to teleport so she can join in. And have the other 3 grouping up together for another objective. Split the enemy team up where they have the Braum, the Jinx, the Kale, and the Fiora. People who want to interact more in a team fight setting. Shaco able to get out just barely at this point. Jinx Rocket does land on the Kalista though, so prevented a death right there. Ahri now sent to wave clearing duties in the top lane. Oh man. And Allstar with the save, keeping Shaco alive. He was dead to his rights. Lee Sin is being a monster. Oh wow, and Zed just completely destroys Jinx at this point. Can they get themselves a kill? Allstar with a very good pulverizer there. Kill goes over to Shaco. And that is actually 3 kills over for just the one Kalista. They might be able to try to get some pressure at this point. I mean, Allstar does have some wards left in his inventory. Shaco does not have anything. He needs to change that. He should be carrying a ward from now on in his inventory at all times. Just so he can try to get that deep vision. Know where and when he can try to assault people. And Ahri does go for Luden's Echo, so she is going for more of that burst build, despite the fact that she is up against a Braum that can absorb all the damage, and Kale that can try to negate a lot of it. A little bit interesting. Yeah, as you can see at this point now, I mean, granted, Ahri's been trying to do a little bit more rotating than anything else. I mean, Kale is just far surpassed Ahri in CS at this point, because it's easy for Kale now. She just turns on her Righteous Swing, I think it's called? Righteous Fury, haha. Righteous Fury just starts auto-attacking the wave, and after like 3-4 hits, there is no wave. She moves on. And that's actually a Gensu's Rage Blade, too. So we have ourselves a hybrid Kale. Oh, please, give me the Gunblade. Give me the Wit's End. I would love you a long time. Now, next dragon's coming up in 20 seconds. Braum trying to get vision place. He does have a ward over in the pit. But they're just trying to spook him out so they can try to secure vision of their own. Because if we get into a smite fight with a Callista, Callista should win. As long as she times her Ren stacks very well. However, they're all grouped up at this point. Fiora's trying to go for a flank. Kale is disregarding everything. She has a teleport in case things get airy, but she's just going to push top lane. Red side needs to make a decision pronto because they're going to lose not only the top interior turret, but they could lose their inhibitor turret if they don't make an action. Shaco saying his ghost right now. They are starting the dragon, trying to dare Lee Sin to go in at this point. The Rend is not enough. Lee Sin does get the smite steal. Team fight does begin. Kale's in the back line, ulting herself at the beginning just to negate any sort of damage from the start. Oh my god, a lot of damage coming down and everything. Jinx Rocket does fly out. That is actually 2 kills aside for each side right now, but bigger health bars. Oh, that is a quick kill. Another reset over the Jinx. Double kill for Fiora and for Jinx. Ahri is the only one left alive. She is running for the hills, but Lee Sin is going to catch up. Forces the flash from both of them. And that's going to be a 4 for 2. Yeah, at this point now, I mean, again, red side, they're just not making the correct calls with what their composition is strongest at. They do not want to 5v5 a team that has a Braum and a Kale and a Jinx. You're just going to lose that fight over and over again. Even when they were able to get some early kills, once Jinx got one reset, it was already over. Now, Ahri's actually on the chase right now. Her Spirit Rush was almost up, but apparently there was not enough time. Now they need to rotate down to try to defend this second turret. Now, Zed taking no damage thanks to the shield and everything, whereas Fiora's out of mana. Jinx is relatively low, but still, she has herself the Infinity Edge and the Static Shift, so she will be critting relatively hard. Whereas Callista only has that Blade of the Rune King and the Runon's Hurricane. At this point, she needed to go probably a Bloodthirster over the Runons. She needs more durability to survive these fights. At this point now, Ahri has to make a decision. Does she go for Zanyas to try to survive, get caught out, try to play more aggressive for the team, be the initiator, try to go for that charm pick? Oh, Zed, you are so dead. He just submits to it, doesn't blow anything else up. Yeah, he did that flash and ultimate, but decides not to waste them. Save it for another engage. And now they're catching Allstars out too. Callista does manage to pull him out to safety. That's another ultimate burned. And that's actually probably their strongest form of engage, is throwing in the cow. And relatively, I mean, you have Kale, you have Jinx, you have 2 people who are amazing at destroying turrets. However, Jinx on the bot side trying to stall out the Shaco. Shaco going in for the Jinx and actually gets a lot of damage. And that's actually a very quick kill for Shaco. Using the turret right now, using slow to take the turret, has himself a trap, trying to take it as well. Does manage to get the interior turret. That was actually a beautiful play from Shaco, understanding his strength, the fact that he was capable of 1v1ing that Jinx at that point. Now, there's a Fiora rushing around. They do have vision to a degree, but now she's got... Okay, they do have vision of her over here. Shaco is still pushing. At this point now, they just need to stop the recalls. They need to keep them from getting back to the base, because Shaco is going to get this inhibitor turret. He's getting a little greedy trying to go for this. He is going to die. But still, he got a kill. He got 2 turrets out of it, including an inhibitor turret. A lot of pressure. This is what Red Side should have been doing for the past 10 minutes. Have Shaco's side push in one lane. Ahri with a lot of damage, chunking down. Kale ultimate does go down, but it will not block the Zed proc at the end, but it doesn't matter. Nothing much came out of it. Headbutt does not connect cleanly. Doesn't matter, though. That is a clean kill coming over. Allstars still alive. Zed picking up another kill. But here comes Lee Sin. Lee Sin is feeling hungry at this point. Charm does land, but not on the right person. Oh, beautiful! Ultimate from Callista, saving the Allstars from the fatal damage from the Sonic Wave. As I was saying before that hectic fight began, Shaco needs to be pushing. Zed or Ahri needs to be pushing another lane. They need to split up this blue team, or at least get to the point that you force the blue team to group up as 5 in another lane, the one against the 3, and you have the Zed try to wave clear, the Ahri try to wave clear and stall as much as you can. At this point, I think Zed's probably the stronger wave clear right now. And just let Zed and Shaco just keep building advantage in the side lane. And they're actually going for a Baron right now with Shaco, and that's actually really good. You have the Kalista, you have the Zed. Kalista is going to be able to secure this with a Rend, but doesn't. And that's actually a Baron going over to the red side. And this is actually the opportunity they need, because again, they want a split push. The fact that they can get 3 waves with Baroned up minions on the board, they should be able to secure probably the last 2 interior turrets. Alright, let's see what itemization has come up. Shaco does have himself a Yumu's Ghostblade now to go along with that Static Shiv, that Sated Devourer, and the Hydra. His damage is absurd at this point. Alright, picks up another needlessly large rod. Whether it's going to go into a Zanya's or a Death Cap is unknown. It could even go into a Rylai's and act more as give her abilities more utility, some CC in place. Zed does have himself a Last Whisper along with that Yumu's and Blade of the Ruined King going. Oh wow. Lee Sin going all out for the Zed, and Lee Sin just wins. Granted, he had the help of the Jinx in the backside. I think Jinx did land a crit on there to just melt Zed at this point, but yeah, Lee Sin is being bold. Once again, this is not correct. Now, granted, they're trying to deny the 4th, get their first dragon, deny the 4th from the red side, the blue side, but I mean, you can have Ahri up here, possibly. Starting to build up pressure. I guess they'd rather have her with them for the fight, which they're going to lose anyways, even though they have the Baron buff on them. They need this pushing for them. I mean, look at this. The minions are already getting nice and big. They could have gotten this turret for free at this point, just by Ahri being there and teleporting if she needs to. Allstars Unbreakable is popped already. And at this point, they're just trying to disengage. Ahri lands a good amount of damage, actually. Shaco Clone does go in. He is trying to go in for an assassinate. Is he going to get behind Jinx? No, he's not. And that is actually a free dragon. That is a missed opportunity at that point. They need to abuse their split push. They need to force them to defend these lanes when they have Baron buff. And they just aren't doing it. Shaco has been doing the best out of this despite being behind for most of the game. Shaco's actually set up shop. He is going to go for this Lee Sin. Will he actually have enough? Whoa, that was not even close. Lee Sin just 100 to 0 to Shaco, and that's Shaco that even had the advantage with the box in play. Yeah, Lee Sin right now, he has the Warrior. He has the Hydra. He almost has the Black Cleaver. He probably does at this point. Yes, he does. And he has himself a Dead Man's Blade. So, Lee Sin, he's scary. He is still not incredibly tanky yet. I mean, he has a lot of base health. But, I mean, Zed should be able to get through that. Kalista should be able to. Ahri, not as much. And that is going to be a Zanya's, by the way, for the Ahri player. Is Baron buff up? I think it is already gone. Yes, it is. Baron has been completed. Zed taking a lot of damage. Allstars going in, trying to do what he can. CC lands, but he gets onto the Braum because he can do that. Lee Sin trying to dash in, forces the flash out of Kalista. Gets the ultimate, though, instead onto Zed instead. And Kalista picks up a kill and gets a shot down gold. Very needed. Kalista has been starving in farm this game. And Ahri actually going in aggro. Instead, they're going like, you know what? We'll just take the Braum. We'll take the Braum. We'll take a kill. And that Ahri is right now is 5-1-5, playing relatively safe this entire game. They have the numbers advantage. They catch kill off on the backside. Kill goes over again. Right now, Blue, they're throwing right now. They are just throwing kills for no reason. Now, Fiora is alone up top. She is going to try to go for an inhibitor turret. And Ahri is going to recall to defend since she has a teleport up and can rotate back. Now, this should be a relatively clean mid-lane turret. So more advantage going over. What they're going to do with this is uncertain. Lee Sin is coming back up. Braum in the next 10 seconds. Kale in 25. They actually might be able to get this inhibitor turret down in time. But Lee Sin shows up. He is going all out aggro. They are too low for this fight. One Jinx Rocket crit will probably kill them all. We have a teleport coming in. It is Ahri. She is trying to do a defensive flank. And she does keep him from going off on them. But Ahri, missing the charm. She could have gone for the Lee Sin. A lot of damage coming in. This was Shaco cleaning up, but Shaco was actually trying to run for his life from the Fiora. Oh no, Ari. You done goofed. You done goofed. You done goofed. And kills are going left and right. Unbreakable Will is thrown. That's just going to delay the inevitable. Fiora is on top of Zed. That's going to be another kill. Double kill for the Fiora. Shaco now just scurrying along. He is just going to try to go for this. He has his ultimate up. He's going to try to do whatever he can just to get the inhibitor down. But he is not going to live long enough. That is an ace. And that's going to be a free mid-lane inhibitor. No one's going to be up for the next 15 seconds. Oh, it looks like they actually are paying to the Nexus Stars. They should be able to get one, maybe two, since they do have a lot of AD. But I think Kalista and Ari might be able to defend the Nexus. It's going to be really damn close. And actually, I don't think they will. This game is going to be over at 36 minutes and 13 seconds. Victory over to the blue side. But in all fairness, Ari did well. Naglfar played well. That slight little error in that last engage where you went a little bit too ham without vision. But overall, good game.